thing is disgusting!
Yeah, but what is it? I've never seen anything like it.
I think it's dead. Well guys, level with me, would ya? Something's out there, right?
Right.
I guess I should go, because I don't want to get in the way. If anything happens, call me at Capsule Corp. Or I'll call you at Master Roshi's.
She's kind of bugged out.
Oh, and Trunks! Don't be a stranger and visit me sometime. Your grandparents would love to meet you.
Hey, Trunks!
That thing is disgusting!
Yeah, but what is it? I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, you think it's dead? Well guys, level with me, would ya? Something's out there, right?
Right.
I guess I should go, because I don't want to get in the way. If anything happens, call me at Capsule Corp. Or I'll call you at Master Roshi's.
She's kind of bugged out.
Oh, and Trunks! Don't be a stranger and visit me sometime. Your grandparents would love to meet you.
Hey, Trunks! Earth to Trunks!
Huh? Yeah?
Do you have any idea what kind of a creature that might have been back there?
Nope, afraid not. But whatever it was just about the ugliest thing that I've ever seen.
Man, you're not kidding. That thing almost made me sick to my stomach. Ugh. Hey, you said that it probably got here 4 years ago, right?
Yeah, at least that's what the indicator in the time capsule read before the batteries went dead. Why?
I just find it hard to believe that a creature like that could be here for 4 whole years without anyone noticing it. I mean, doesn't that seem a little bit weird to you?
Yeah. But what I want to know is, who sent it here and for what reason?
Well, it looks like...
Yo, light up. It's a gummy beat.
Head in the clouds. I don't need handshakes and I don't need smiles. I don't need nobody's hand in my pocket to siphon my profits or eat off my vows. I've been on tour for like 52 dates. I knocked a new one in 20 new states. I've been uneasy on how they receive me. The crescents conceive me, you cannot escape. You ain't gotta listen, but it's still fact. Most of these niggas be steady tricking, but I still stack. I know the difference between a sucker and a real Mac. I am from Richmond, when I was young they instilled that. I hear the shit that you niggas drop and I calmly disregard any credit so you can never con me. me. Now you got the nerve and the gall to ask me what I've been feeling. My opinion is, nigga, that's beyond me. I got a different kind of agenda to entertain the pretenders. Came in the game with splendors, it was costly. I can remember when you had tried to dismember my credibility. Silly rapper, don't ever try to cross it. God bless you, I request you to keep a large gap between me and the raps that you peddling. Now you wanna come and play damage control, manage your soul. I'll be right here after the dust settles and settling. How do I take the negative narrative to a narrative, narrowly reaching my goals? You froze when the air was thin. Would you rather follow a dream or a meme? I'd rather follow my heart, a stark line of comparison. Compare me to the next man is shiftless. If you don't see it now, don't ask later forgiveness. I don't do friendship, I do business. Either you bear arms or bear witness. Listen, you fucking with a true one. I can see the snakes when they do come. I can see the stakes when they do run. But you don't see the place that I grew from. It's Richmond on mine. You felt the way but act different online. You take my kindness for weakness, so fucking egregious. You don't deserve none. I've been in front of the fronters and front runners who front numbers, who run from us and come at you come summer. Some of you sunned under my underside are uninspired. I come alive, you come at eye with a sunken vibe. I summarize your summer lies and every son of a bitch in my sunrise, sucking life. My undivided is unrequited. I become quiet as soon as you niggas sigh or you sub a lie. Don't expect me to write off with a light scarf. The night's off, you took predicting what I thought, so I bought into the bullshit that you sell with. Now much wise, I umpire your sales pitch. You frail bitch, you're paper thin and unholy. I tell you what the universe had once told me. You can say what you like with no concern, but every action comes back in return. I'm turning my back now, I never will back down. I back down whenever you lash out, rather we hash out instead of the fast route. I cast out any distraction. Niggas use social platforms for egotistical traction. I cashed in on my own terms, then ran back. Self-determination determines where I would land at. I ransacked the industry, fuck your empathy. Instantly niggas try to retract from where they stand at. You can't rap but your vibe is pushing. The immature recognize to provide a cushion. The more mature look inside at the times we shouldn't. America eats us young, we subscribe and push it. We supply the dinnerware, we been aware. If we don't feel instantly entertained, we look away for bigger fare. Pick a pair of hot artists, I kill them both, and watch them fall prey to my lyricism and growth. You fucking with a true one. I can see the snakes when they do come. I can see the stakes when they do run. But you don't see the place that I grew from. It's Richmond on mine. You felt the way but act different online. You take my kindness for weakness, so fucking egregious. You don't deserve none.
Yo, what up, YouTube? It's gonna be short. The next situation is the migrant situation, in which we have the invasive species and the large influx of individuals from foreign countries, South America, Venezuela, so on and so forth, in the United States of America. The issue with this is when you have migrants as an invasive species coming into the country and taking up residency. They could take up residency, it was seen practically or virtually anywhere. And what's going to become to happen is the same thing that happened with the whole Muslim extremist situation, is where white people are going to start fronting like they can't tell the difference between a migrant and a black person. So that could be like a replacement situation, and that can also be a situation for soft kill as well. And they're throwing up their hands. They're saying they're not fucking with it. So that would mean, like, if they start confusing the narrative between black people and migrants, from the media on down, as confused as people are, black people, you're going to have to get on your P's and Q's, basically. All right? Because they do this type of shit, right? They cause confusion. They come in an awkward way, and then they collapse it over to somewhere else. And all of these issues of life has been seeming to slowly try to move towards black people. They just haven't found a way to do it yet. All right? This is orchestrated by the beast computer. All right? What you hear, imposter spirits, you know, those of us who have microwave hearing and things of this nature, because you're on an outlier area, and all these people share a mind with the spirit of the beast, which is a collective spirit of all humans that worship any type of god or deity. That's the opposition to the Holy Spirit, or that's Beelzebub. You know what I'm saying? So when you get individuals into this, and individuals in society a lot of times have like a 50s mentality because they were cloned or some shit. from an earlier time. You got to deal with all these things as a black man. It's fucking insane, right? But watch them try to confuse that migrant situation and turn on black people. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would watch for. You know what I'm saying? You have something called Squirrel with Guns and Walmart coming out with a 3-step process to deal with the active shooter being ADD. So ADD and all the stigma and hype towards depression and attention deficit disorder is nothing but a mask to facilitate this rogue spirit to cause an individual to do something that this individual would not do. The individuals that are active shooters are fall guys. They had to war with the beast, the actual particle collider. That's what happened with them. And they got taken over by a different spirit. They got taken over by the spirit of the beast, which is raising this propaganda and control for the rest of society. Okay? That's what's going on with the migrant situation. But you got Squirrel with Guns, considering that squirrels are nuts. That's what they're trying to connotate there. And they're saying these people with ARs are nuts. They come out with a video game, okay? And Google releases Google AR glasses, you know. Besides the gun ban on ARs, them trying to do the gun ban, you come out with AR glasses, Google does. Come on, tell me all these things don't correlate together around the auxiliary ideations that pertain to an active shooter. With people's minds so flighty and not able to connect dots, this leave them in a circumstance to get stretched out in the mind and disassociated, and then they mind control them. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody be going to Florida, Disneyland and shit. And then people have the means and the money to get something. You know what I'm saying? This guy that did the Trump thing or whatever, he seemed to be a stand-up guy before he did that. You know, went to school, probably was a part of clubs, was part of different groups and things like that. And then all of a sudden for him to do something like that, that's highly unlikely with him being involved in different things. All right? So, I explained to you for now the migrant situation. The migrant problem is a situation in the sense that white people are going to start fronting like they can't tell the difference between black people. And we know that they can't. Alright? But they're going to play that card to try to play against black people pertaining to this country while they sit around and do nothing, because that's how badly they want individuals to vote for Trump. Alright? If niggas don't want to know that they're free, they'll vote for Trump. And they're all going to do it. Those who vote for Trump, all you have to do is look and see that these same individuals generally, for the most part, have a different type of agenda or thing going on. All right? His core audience is of deep state. All right? His core audience is of deep state. It has shit to do with America, the corporation. All right? And there's people in here like that front like they're for America when they're really for deep state. So this is what the confusion that you got going on in the world. All right? So, you know, this is the world that we live in, man. They try to strap you out and stretch you out pertaining to groceries and things of this nature so that you don't have a way to make it, while ridiculing you for problems that they seem to know more about your problems than be able to deal with running 2 errands on a particular day in their life. This is not possible. All right? It's one big hoopla. It's one big stage. All right? Don't get lost in this sauce too much. Peace and blessings be with you all. I'm out.
And we smoking, token, poking her. Preaching spoken word that just might poke your nerves. Hope you ain't scared. My Jeep go skirt. I peep the obscure. And what ain't normally easy to observe. I swear I'm born abnormally absurd. If I give you a piece of mind, you've been disorderly disturbed. That's my word. Flip similes and verbs. Now I'm eating. Retreating for seconds and thirds. Y'all niggas seasoned. Don't worry what we ate. You don't want that plate. I combine yours with mine quick and make the earth shake. Supernatural disaster on you half-ass rappers. Pastor her to an actual pastor. Word to the black lip bastard. I drop knowledge like a 5%er. Every time I drop a line, it touch like 5%ers. Schooling your offspring. Drop heat all spring and stay hot for 5 Novembers. I think y'all niggas lost me. 9-5 till infinity time. We in disguise beyond enemy line. Women with no identity signs. They can't get my line. Used to give a fuck you could find. 9-5 till infinity time. We in disguise beyond enemy line. And I just kill it every time. Instead of lead slugs, I spreads the love like a bed bugaboo does. I'm in the W, what your lovable slut. I'm in the wars while you bugging it up. I do your girl like this beat, straight fucking it up. Y'all niggas nothing to us, this feels like nothing to us, son. Taught your daughter how to bust a nut for fun. Recollect and collect the funds when she see the sun. Split the proceeds when I come. 99 till infinity beyond. On my piece full of energy till enemies be gone. Until the niggas in my vicinity gone. Beat the melody we on, but they don't know the remedy to these songs. Basic necessities on how to be put on. Cause they see my team we strong. Beast gon' say yo reach on. If you get dropped you can't reach on. They wanna know who shoulder we leaning on. But all we do is show them who we leading on. 9-5 till infinity time. I'm in disguise behind enemy line. And I just kill every time. 9-5 till infinity time. We in disguise beyond enemy lines. Women with no identity signs. They can't get my lines. Used to give a fuck you can find. Cause they won't ever stop for a young black male. Blackmailed and braille, that means what he felt. And the very reveal could appeal. Put you on the Alcatraz trail, no railroad to hell. Oh well, some of us is torturous hell. The other source is lost and all sorts of wealth. Lucifer evil, the highest stars, evil Knievel. I see through people's door, the world may never know how my third pupil show. Incognito's flow. And I don't throw subs, I throw torpedoes. The dawn not Cheeto, this gon' got a Cornelius Fro. Afro punk festivities. This for my niggas that's lying with queens like Nefertiti. Waking up to pyramids and big kiddies. Go so theory, but what is life really? 9-5 till infinity time. We in disguise behind enemy lines. Women with no identity signs. They can't get my line. I used to give a fuck you could find. 9-5 till infinity time. We in disguise beyond enemy lines. I just kill it every time. Yeah. Bye. I was not letting this shit fall, nigga. You're wild, boys. So he said,
Yo, what up, YouTube? What up, what up, what up? Snacks. It's approximately, it's like 2:20 in the morning, right? I'm walking around this little, fucking elementary school, I guess the elementary school track in the back where I usually walk. All right. I done already seen the police. All right. I done already seen them. Yesterday, the police stopped by my house at 2 a.m. in the morning to let me know that my garage door was up. I answered the door with a fucking machete. Mind you, I have placeholders, and whatever my family is involved with, their networks and connections, their little routine witchcraft and what have you, it's all against me. You know what I'm saying? When I worked at Walmart from Deep State, your targeting comes all the way from Deep State. A lot of you niggas is sleeping, and the shit that you're really in, you don't got the balls to deal with. I could tell you that with the aces that act like they're right next to me, but stab me in my back. You know what I'm saying? These niggas ain't built like that. All right. You niggas say I can box and shit like that. Hey man, listen. This shit hit a little bit different. You understand what I'm saying? There's underground bunkers beneath this earth where all niggas do is fuck all day and get fucked in the ass all day. All niggas do is have sex all fucking day. And these music videos and shit like that you see, Cardi B and all these other artists, all right, they are attached according to like a tentacle is what they call it, or a vril. You'll find that in the Bible that they're actually in there. Okay, but there are levels to reality in which a nigga like me can't even access, and the reason why I can't access it is because I'm not dead. Okay, you have to have a vril. Okay, and you have to dead. When you die before your time, okay, then what happens is that host that lives inside of you, okay, which is as a worm, is the closest I could tell you, when I call individuals parasites, the reason why I call them parasites is because this tentacle will turn into a horse leech. That tentacle that goes in, it will turn into a horse leech. Why people, their body will start modifying the same way, okay, that a vampire's body modifies. All right. So I can't show you examples. All right. But like if I had friends and shit, when you go on them campsites, you see the porn stars and things like that, they can't just take a fucking pounding to their vagina like that. It doesn't work like that, player. All right. When you make love to a woman, it's not about pounding and destroying her internal organs, right? You are in a relationship with that other individual, all right? There's a partial responsibility that you take care of that individual, especially as you take care of yourself. If you cannot love others as you love yourself, you definitely have no business being in a relationship. And I definitely am able to take care of others better than myself, all right? And I see many fuckboys that got some trophy, and I know that both the trophy and the dude that's dating that trophy are both gay and can't stand each other. They're scoping the scene when they're together. All right. It's a synthetic and their connection, their intimacy seems sterile as fuck. All right. I also know that the gay relationships that most of these niggas is getting involved with, and these females as well, is inordinate. All right. You're under some type of mind control. You're under the beast. If you're under the beast, you're the Rainbow Bridge. All right. It is you now that I walk on. All right. According to my ways, going according to life. And I'm also going to have natural selection along with spiritual selection. And the fact that my seed is going to go towards progeniting children. In other words, I would be reserved based upon Darwinism or my spiritual faith. Okay. I'm going to tell you another thing. When that vril gets in you and it starts getting abused, take for instance, you got to get a bag or you got to do a certain type of thing in order to get somewhere. Whether you the more you kill your soul or what have you, you are by all means that host, that tentacle. All right, that is your soul. Your soul is the vril. A lot of people, you got to understand how it works. So you get a new spirit put in you or a new vril put in you, right? It can either be for better or worse. All right. If you're fucking up or whatever, you're going to get a host and you're going to keep doing the fucked up things that you typically do. And you're going to create soul ties with other people that are fucking up like that. and it's going to bind you down all the way into the deep state. You know, in other words, one day you may wake up in one of them fucking rooms, and I suggest you see the film called Thriller, where people are doped up on heroin, okay, and they're put in one of these camps underground. You understand what I'm saying? When you hear that song by Sneaker Pimps, it's real. When it's called 6 Underground and shit. 6 Underground is about, you niggas, 6 Underground is about them underground layers, okay? They be having them weird gay orgies where they be killing niggas, this, that, and the other. They got several clones of the same individuals, and they sell their dolls, and then got campsites, and they have access to drugs. And this is what happens when people take a piece of the pie and they turn into masonry, that they got to go to that cloning center or whatever, right? And they also have to get real. So that's how they control these individuals according to their mind. These celebrities are not scary people. What causes them to be scary is that they know a lot of truths that you haven't had access to. All right? So if they got kids or whatever and they trying to protect their seed and they trying to earn a living, what they have to do is stay afloat, because what they will do is they will traumatize that individual over and over again to create a psychic link, all right, where this individual's mentality will drop beneath their base estate, their natural estate. Once that drops beneath their natural estate, what happens is that tentacle starts to become a horse leech. That entity, that individuals call Ray, which would be the inner seed or the baby, all right, the future, it'll turn into a monster, okay? And this will dictate how an individual acts. This will heavily dictate. And the more you pay into that entity that changes into a horse leech, then this individual as an entity, as a whole, becomes a black hole. They will siphon energy from you. You see, in this world, they'll try to get you to believe that money is a thing, and they'll put those who are way more intelligent in destitute situations so that they have to be reliant, okay, upon individuals for certain things, certain comforts, okay? And they keep you at a close distance so that they can loose your energy, because they don't have any life force energy, yet they don't know themselves, and they think because they have the same body that they are the same individual. And no different than the Skrull, okay, that you see in Marvel, who actually believe that they are somebody else that they are not, right? Because they have been conditioned to be this individual in order to fit into the earth or the world. Such as the same are these, all right? Now, Ray belongs here, okay? Ray, this is Ray's home. And this is what I mean by a tentacle, or whatever you call the vril, okay? Now, when you grow up, okay, the more trauma and things like that, when you start to disassociate, then what happens is Ray will take over, right? Ray will take over, and that is your connection, in which individuals will understand a so-called sixth god, which is a job. It is beyond your understanding. I'm not going to try to explain it to you, okay? I'm done with all of that, all right? You don't need to worry about it. But when you guys throwing up the sixth god and things like that, you don't know any better, all right? Don't matter what creature there is in the earth, whether it's a man, whether it is a fish, whether it is a raccoon, whether it is a deer, they all have that vril. So the facts of the matter that I have life running through me, other individuals, racist people that have dogs, things of this nature, they come up to me. The dog's excited to see me. The animals, the birds, the fowl of the air, they're excited to see me. They gravitate around me because what they know is that all these people are dead. The vultures are confused and fly around the suburbs. You understand what I'm saying? The vultures have instincts and senses. These are birds of prey. They are not fools like human beings. They definitely know that these people are dead. Okay? There's no coming back. The Bible says that they are twice dead. And I will tell you this, that Bible is very real. So here's what I will tell you. Since I know that the Bible is real, and if you don't believe in the Bible, you can use the artifacts of my mind in comparison to yours, and you can say that's a real ass nigga. I'm running this shit. I'm leading this shit right now. We all know it. All right? And the fact of the matter is this. You know what I'm saying? Them birds of prey also have that vril inside of them. All creatures, all manner of life have that vril inside of them. All right? And the designated entity over these creatures would be the beast. All right, and that would include human beings. That if you fall from your first estate from being a human being, then you become what? You become a beast of the field, right? Because that's all a human is anyway, is a beast of the field, right? What separates you from other creatures in the earth is your consciousness, all right? And if individuals are human, but they're devoid of a conscience, then they would be considered to be not once dead by God, but twice dead. And twice dead means that's that perpetual death, a death that you keep running into mistakes, keep sinning, keep doing a whole bunch of presumptuous things out of routine or habit, and you can't even switch up your day or your ways. You become a robot. You become an autonomous ornament on the earth. All right, of which that which you became from a tentacle from Ray into a horse leech. A horse leech knows how to go about drawing blood and getting what it gets, right? Just like if you're somebody that likes junk food, you become a creature that knows how to go about getting junk food. If you like to party, you'll know how to go about and getting type of party. That's what type of creature you become. You have a insatiable thirst for this type of thing, okay? That's what happens. And what happens is you tend to gravitate in bad situations, tend to gravitate towards you. And you tend to enjoy them. You start to lose the ability to discern any of those types of things, and you become just that creature. Well, they can switch out as far as consciousness transference. They could put another spirit inside of your body. You understand what I'm saying? And so you could have the same individuals, okay, that have a different spirit. They take, for instance, I can see my mother, right? And my mother might not be herself. That's why I don't stop at like first appearances. Each day is a new thing. When I put my eyes on you, when I hear you, when I see what's going on with you and how you're conducting yourself, I know if you're normal or not. And I do that out of love, you know, but others do these things out of guilty conscience. And what I have found is that what they're able to see due to their guilty conscience or becoming a creature is far less than what I'm able to see and what I'm able to perceive and do, you know what I'm saying? Being someone that's looking upon them based upon concern. All right. So there's intentions would be a strong gatekeeper in such things. Okay. But these change, they will have you, they will have you believing that you need to get invested in this world. These type of creatures. You see, Ray is supposed to get out of here. Ray is the one that is generally supposed to be saved. All right. But when individuals change their way, then they go into these things. And this spiral, okay, of what happens in the breaking down of society, when society breaks down and people throws up in their arms, they give up. What happens is they start to gravitate towards bad decisions. That parasite begins, that tentacle becomes a parasite. Okay, that means you're a different type of creature. You're just going about looking for one type of thing, like a zombie. You're just roving around looking for flesh to eat. All right. Then what happens is eventually you'll hit a point where your consciousness will split and you'll start to go down, okay, the downward spiral. All right. And why do I say a downward spiral? What would this correlate with? It will correlate with your DNA and also the Twin Towers when they collapsed those and they rebuilt those Twin Towers as one tower. You understand what I'm saying? That's the alchemy. When you wear Air Jordans, principality of the air, and you have 23 on either heel, you shall crush his head and he shall strike your heel. When you talk about spiritual things, then the Air Jordans is a principality of the air. There's 46 chromosomes or whatever. You know, it stores a lot of your genetics and things like that. You know what I'm saying? You got 23 on each heel. You got the World Trade that was built together, and you have this entity, which is really who you are, not the body, okay, that's existing inside of you. All right? The tentacle is what you are. All right? But if you're someone that only takes and you're negative and things of this nature, then this would be the variance in which there is a test of where all things get cycled to you. So if you're just an evil ass person, think you're gonna get away with things, karma is real. It might not come in the way that you think, right? And for a while, I had everybody dump on me. I got blessed that everybody dumped on me because I know things are going to be exceedingly good. Okay? Have a girlfriend, I'm going to have a fucking harem, dude. I'm going to have all kinds of shit. Because when you're durable and you're able to withstand, all right, given the fact that you have faith in God, all right, then if you in due season, when you survive, then you get like sevenfold of what you were going to get. All right. So in order to start with one girlfriend, I would have several, you know, of whatever I pick, the pick of the litter, fighting to get the last four, to get the other 4 slots, just at a base level. If I had one girlfriend, I would have to have 7. All right. I'm just telling you how it's been way worse than just say. But 3 slots are already taken because I've known Cherie Lorraine from ASMR for a very long time. Does Cherie remember me now? Highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. Okay. Kevos ASMR. I've known Kevos for a very long time. Okay. We were vampires together. You know, I became a vampire once. I had a castle and everything. All right. I just ended up fucking with some shit that I shouldn't have. I had to tell Charlie's Angels to leave. Right. Those are the 3. There's Kevos ASMR, and there's Cherie Lorraine ASMR, and there's Relax With Me ASMR. And these I call the Charlie's Angels. Now, there are other Charlie's Angels. There are several of them. I'm just saying I'm only interested in the ones that I already knew. I'm not interested in any clones or copies from the deep state. All right. I'm only interested in the ones that I knew. And I'm a very odd creature to where I can fucking tell. I can read people. And I want the same spiritual souls because that's who I have a relationship or a bond with. And I've known them since I've entered into this cube, and their minds are under a control thing. You know, I remember when Kevos started out, people would not believe, okay, how Kevos is today. Now, Kevos always been a beautiful young lady, individual, you know, but the fact of the matter is that each time that I threw myself into situations, what happens is the other individuals I was with, Kevos, Cherie, and Relax With Me, they would update. Okay? In other words, you know, they would get more nouveau. They would get, everything would increase. They would become more attractive, all sorts of different things. Now, on the outside in their lives, wherever they were at, because I was in a different dimension, they would attribute this to, oh, that's just how things are. But if people actually remember how this works is, basically, you go in and get fucked up for other people, and then they kind of get blessed. You know what I'm saying? Off of you turning the other cheek, so on and so forth. That it maximizes the amount of good that that comes to you. Now, me, I put that. I generally put that in my relationships. That's where I put it. The good karma or the blessings of God, which however you want to diagnose it. Okay, that's where I put it. You know, there's other people that I've known since in deep states, since like Bunny and the Dude. I knew that, and I was in deep state when Bunny and the Dude was down there. I remember that same couch. I can't believe they're still down there. Like, I would have thought that they would have had an opportunity to move. There's probably other versions of them that have. Okay, who else? Who else do I understand from down there? But these individuals, a lot of times that you see on campsites and things like that, if you look up the movie called Share, and it's like these individuals have a bunch of bots and drones that go on their page and look at them and things of this nature. But it's not the same as when they recognize that there is a live and living computer that is looking at them in there. Now, while I'm up here on mainland, there are many individuals that's in deep state, including my parents. However, I can wager, in former times, I could wager in ass. I just saw a shooting star just now. Maybe I'll turn to that car that Michael Jackson did in a fucking Smooth Criminal fucking movie. Because I definitely need a car. But you can say things that can invoke individuals to come back into their spirit, come back into their mind. In other words, it is a type or a form of resurrection. Generally, people don't know what's going on right now, and I'm just now coming to several different things as I gather my mind. But it's just like, okay, wait a minute. And I told people I remember them, like Maddie ASMR. I was like, I remember going to school with Maddie ASMR, an underground Walmart corporation. I don't know what she was doing in Blue Springs, but that's the story that I seen Maddie in, Blue Springs Walmart in the Midwest. And she had on like this flannel shirt. Okay. But that was Maddie from long time ago, and there are different Maddies. Okay, the Maddie that I would know would be a dragon. The Maddie that is here in this dimension is a frog. All right, and the thing is, like, people, some of you newbies that don't understand spirits or whatever, you'd be like, oh, he's a frog or a dragon, nigga. If you at this level, you need to start back at video 1. You understand what I'm saying? Because I promise you, whatever you're into or whatever you're checking out, it is an entity, more than likely a spirit of a different race. More than likely, if you live in the same dimension as me. All right? All the people here have been swapped out of here. All right? I don't think Joe Rogan, I don't think any of the other targets, I don't think Low-Key T, I don't think Musa, I don't think none of these brothers is in the same dimension as me. I don't think Bahamut's in the same dimension as me. I think they're in their own separate containers, dealing with their own separate shit. And you know, people think that they want my gift, communication, precision, space, and time. It took me several lifetimes to gather. I died a lot of fucked up ways. Knowledge does not come easy. All right, it just makes you a little bit braver if you don't know what to expect. All right. So, I mean, the fact of the matter is this. You know, people get taken over. People become new creatures. Okay? It's what happens. Okay? But the fact of the matter is, the Maddie that I would be looking for is the dragon. So, you know, like I said, if you don't understand the things I'm saying, this is not for you. This is too advanced. All right. There are secrets in this world. I don't know where the line lies, and because I know many things that are allegedly secrets, when I ask someone who is into the secrets, hey man, what about this? Okay, they get quiet. Okay. And by their silence or whatever, I respect it and I back the fuck off. All right. Because I'm like, all right, this is probably a secret thing, something that they're not supposed to talk about. I can understand that. Right. I ain't going to infringe on anybody's fucking safety. Right. But at the same time, it's like, I can't even talk about the weather anymore. All right. Because everything I see, I notice. It's like being alive for the first time or a reborn baby. Like, everything stands out to me. There's so many things that I have questions over that are basic and rudimentary, while people are so bogged down in their focal acuity and mind control, being a bird in a cage. All right, trying to pay these bills, trying to keep up with the taxes, people's birthdays, the Gregorian calendar, every day and everything except for themselves, and they drown in that. And what ends up happening is they overwhelm themselves so that the spirit Ray, okay, has to take them over. Okay. During this process, I suppose this individual has conditionally died to some degree, where Ray takes over the host, and this individual is, I suppose maybe they're given the so-called promise. They're alive, kinda. Me, I'm alive, but I'm in an outlier dimension where people are typically dead. All right. The time does not move the same here. There's a lot of things that's different. It's otherworldly. It's the netherworld. All right. A lot of these stars, they move. You realize they're UFOs or ships. You know, it's not bizarre to see werewolves. Okay. Not exactly that you see an actually full blown werewolf, but you see people with rows of sharp teeth and fangs and things of this nature. A lot of them cute girls that you see on the internet that are porn stars been traumatized to the point where their body couldn't take it and they had to adapt to become a different creature in order to survive. So what happens is they died from fucking their fucking like lack of coordination white boyfriend just figured out he was gonna take a hammer to their vagina, and not even really their vagina, their asshole, because they really are passive aggressive that they're with that female, so they're gonna give them hip dysplasia because they'd rather be with a dude. All right. And a lot of these guys just don't know how to fucking with it. They learn how to have or make love, or no, they learn how to fuck, basically. You know, they learn how to fuck. Fucking is different than making some type of love, right? But they learn it from like these when you watch porn and shit like that. You know, when they watch this type of shit, it is very alien or robotic. There's lack of a chemistry and everything between the dude that's pounding the chick that has Novocaine on her lips. You understand what I'm saying? So she go through hours and hours of production of some fucking, you know what I'm saying, idiot banger that's gonna fucking totally destroy her legs, and she just wants to get a plate of food. All right? This is what happens. And a lot of these porn stars have adorable, great hearts, man. They really do. They came up in bad situations and things of this nature, and these same turn into horse leash. Well, me as Ray, like, I couldn't really fuck with that. You know, you've been in bad situations, so it's like I had to fix what's going on with you. I seen a young lady the other day, and I won't mention her name, on ChatGPT, and she looked just like that young lady, that cute chick from let me think of it. What was it? Two Broke Girls, the brunette. Beautiful. 21-year-old. Beautiful. Right? But baby girls like teeth, and I'm sure Johns were watching and not paying attention. But like if you paid attention, all her teeth would turn into like sharp, like knives and fangs, like 30 days a night. You know, but the rest of her face would look normal. And it's like she was trying to learn how to keep it under control pertaining to the attention. You see, that's the thrill that they have inside of there. You know, I got with a young lady where her teeth grew in her vagina, man. Which tells me that her past history, this young lady was probably raped a lot, possibly by a family member, white girl, okay? You know, and the entity decided not to bite off of my fucking dick. Real story. This was New Year's, okay? Around 2013, 2014, something like that. And I gotta tell you, man, like, I felt teeth in there. But I didn't want that female to feel, you know what I'm saying, out of pocket or uncomfortable, or I didn't want that female to feel bad. And I was like, wow, there's something going on here. But was it humbling and scary? You bet your ass it was, dude. For me, you know, having my straw up in there, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's a Vienna sausage, for fuck's sake. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Not like that. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But it's a food item. You know what I'm saying? My boner is not going to do much of anything for something a rows of sharp teeth in a woman's part. And I think that entity could sense that I really didn't mean it any harm, and that I cared about that individual. I did. Even though it was just like some like one night stand hookup, you know what I'm saying? I consider others' feelings. I think that really saved me. And I think that entity, you know, there was a movie that came out back in the day where this female was biting off dudes, you know what I'm saying, member and shit like that. And it was always because the dude was going up there and trying to rape this young lady or advance this young lady or do something sketchy or be deceptive with this young lady. And that entity would protect her. And so you had to enter in there with love. And man, I tell you, I didn't get bitten. Okay? It's real out here. But what happens is a lot of these females are trying to escape situations, so they end up going into one relationship, all right, with some dude, all right, or some female. Usually the female gets them. Most of the time, a female gets them, like an old hag, like a witch that is practicing because she's ran out of mileage, and you know, she gets better with age as her beauty phase, and the thing she adores in her the younger females or even her relationships, this Black Widow builds a web in which they are dependent. Again, this is that horse leech. All right, when you have two horse leeches, and then lesbians be locked up with their girlfriend like you wouldn't believe, and their girlfriends be crazy as fuck, ready to fight anything, because that's what that entity is. Yeah, not every female has the strength of a female, because these entities are not even human. A lot of them, you know. A$AP Rock has a song, and I forget what it's called exactly, but one part of the bridge is down from a huntable surplus to one. All right. When you talk about Masons, the letter X, when you go into Planet Fitness with the thumbs up, anal sex, symbiology, and slogans like "You belong," and they deal with pedophilia and things of this nature. This and the Jim Crow ways of this world is to cause enough trauma, either to drop a person out through one means or another, so that they can turn someone into a different creature, aka a monster. All right, these same share a spirit, it says in the Bible, and that is the spirit of disobedience. Right? So I can already see from a mile off, you know, where someone is at. You know, these entities lie a lot. Okay, these entities, people cannot separate these entities from Ray. So even if somebody didn't know anything about what I'm talking to you here, is that somebody can become a new creature, and literally, okay, that entity within them would have knowledge, but they themselves would not exactly have the most knowledge about it. Now, eventually they come into understanding, but by that time they're gone. All right. The main personality has become a passenger. Okay. And that's when your spirit gets siphoned off and sent to Illa to work inside of a factory. Okay. And they work inside of a factory, and then the other people are put underground, and then they'll put the other portion of their spirit underground, because the Bible says you get tormented in two places, and you just go through these sex shops. I got in trouble once before. I went to hell for Simone Biles. You know what I mean? Just because I wanted Simone to advance her career. You understand what I'm saying? And I say that because you deal with things in twofold. When you understand the world pertaining to, there's two different types of spirits, and Jesus Christ died for the world, then what you have end up with is confusion over Jesus Christ. And this confusion is the fact that if people turn into a creature that they weren't once before, when you talk about the angels that fell or left their first estate, this is what it means. Okay? You become a new creature. You become it is as a vampire. All right? That's what happens. You change. All right? And you have a schizophrenic mentality, because your consciousness is shared with everybody else. So all of these individuals share a same mind. These entities know whether they're a stranger or they are just like a dumb person in society. They can sense it right off the back. They have an issue with you. You haven't even said anything. You've been trying to avoid people when you go to the they all gravitate towards you, right? They're on two levels. On one level, they say fresh meat, because these individuals also cannibalize individuals on the ground and shit like that, torture individuals and eat individuals. But on another situation, other than fresh meat, you have life energy in you, and they don't have life. So they lose shit, or in other words, they can siphon your energy from you by touch or even from a distance, just focusing on you, or what people say the evil eye. You know what I'm saying? This is another thing. So when you deal in a society of cess tanks, where most individuals, or it's a horse leech or this different entity, right? Then you start to have problems, and then you get to understand why children are so important, because they're able to maintain themselves and don't have to fight as much when they have something that they care over, and they don't act so much as a black hole or a parasite. All right, those who are drawn over the fire, such as myself, not eligible to work or anything like this, they felt like, well, if we starve him out in a controlled starvation and make him suffer, and now they taking away exercise and shit like that from me, if we do that to him, he'll become one of us. And the fact of the matter is I did not become a monster. I stayed the same. What's going to happen is I'm going to continue to fuck everybody up at the same time. I talk to one individual, I collapse the world every single time. That's what this Giza style is. Like, I don't got time to fight every nigga in the world, but I can fight every nigga in the world right now. Just having a simple conversation with somebody, because my words are living. They're going to have to come back to me alive, and they're going to have to reap something, which means my words are reapers. I can reap you with things I say. Nobody has to hear what I say. You can be fucked. People come after me and everything just starts falling apart in their life. That's how it goes. All right? The United States tried to come for me. Everything started falling apart. I warned them before this. All right? This is an alternate reality of which the outliers, we have been put here who didn't want to conform or take part in this current world. And we're getting pressured and tormented in this world because that world is ran on magic, and magic has a lesser magic function, which means it has to draw from somewhere, and it doesn't want to draw from itself or its enclosed society. This Eden, this Black Eden, is not an Eden that I am invited to, that potentially either my mother or sister is in, but I know that they're not because I know their ways. All right? What happens is when you join Masonry and they drill you with these entities that have these teeth or whatever, that turn you into a vampire. Not necessarily that what you're injected with, the Vril, what he injects you with, that is not a vampire. That's a chance to do better as well. All right? You got to change your ways. You got to change your way of thinking. This, that, and the nature. When the Bible says when the Holy Spirit goes into the man, God expects you to raise up this spirit as you would a child. Okay? That is Ray. That is that baby. That tentacle that you become a new creature, and that new creature is human. You have another opportunity. But if you keep going about things in the same shitty way of living and thinking, then it's going to turn into a horse leech, right? And so this is why Masons have these seasonal ritualistic things such as seances, so on and so forth, because it causes individuals to break down and become something else, a creature of the night, of which man can control that creature, aka Lucifer, an individual that is narcissistic basically, and their spiritual servitude. They have a carnal way to serve yourself physically in this world is carnal, because you're not going to be able to truly put somebody else's needs in front of your own, right? And these individuals are in positions of power, and somehow these positions of power become black holes, okay? And it's just changing faces with the same devil. The devil stays in place, someone does the ritual, and they become the devil. And that's how the everlasting chains keep going. If you cut off the head of a snake, another head will grow back. Okay? That's just how it goes. And these individuals are perpetual and go through perpetual deaths. That's what happens when you get stuck in a state where you keep doing the same fucked up shit. All right. Now, it used to be back in the days that you could vote. You not really vote, but your vote was like, when I mention here on mainland, I say I bring something up and then something happens. Part of that is like take for instance, I seen Lolly White was online today. And I seen Lolly White, and the thing is like, Lolly White was wearing an AC/DC shirt today, or I should say yesterday. All right, around 2 o'clock. All right, 2:30 p.m. And These individuals are underground. This reality is unreal. They bring these individuals out for to do assassination, wet work, or to get intel. So they'll send you a pretty girl, right? It's from the underground. You don't know she's like the 30 Days a Night because she looks beautiful, right? But they can change their shift of form. And if your energy level is not high enough, then they won't be able to control change around you, and they'll eat you alive. Right? So not only if I start dealing with one of these entities, I have to stay within a certain frequency, right? So individuals get these trophies, right? And if they start fucking up, then that trophy becomes a check system, and which will devour them or kill them in some type of way. All right. So, with the fact of the matter is this, man. Seeing Lolly White, there's a higher probability that because I seen Lolly White, that Lolly White will possibly manifest again, either the next time I'm online or tomorrow. All right, because that's kind of how things go. Okay, requesting my mother and sister, a lot of times their spirit will get linked back into their body. Okay, and then I'll see them. Okay, just for that day. That's it. All right, and then they go back into the deep state or the underground. These spirits literally they pass through several clay refined vessels. I mean bodies. Through means of this real, because worms are probably a little bit telepathic, and therefore this entity, the tentacle ray, can teleport that consciousness to another vessel that has a consciousness. Okay, and that's who I believe is elder to a degree, but it's not. Okay. Elder causes this entity to have a clean slate when this entity is projecting you, and it's up to you at this point. This entity is a clean slate. That is the Holy Spirit. So you have to take care of the Holy Spirit. All right. Now, this entity gets a bad rap. Now the dragon, because the horn sits on top of a dragon. When y'all study Pan or think of a unicorn or some type of shit like that, they're really talking about a dragon that has a horn on top of his head. That was the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden. He will also come by and proposition you with something. But that which you were injected with, okay, which individuals presume to be that entity that they call Ray, right? Which is they call Ray the entity. They call that the dragon or the tentacle. They call the tentacle the dragon because it comes out of the horn of the dragon. The horn and the dragon were not always together. Okay, the dragon is something completely separate than Ray, what gets injected into your eye. What problem is if you get a fresh start injected in through your eye, right? A clean state from all your past psychological traumas, worries, and even karma, right? Then what ends up happening is that entity will become a different creature, a dragon, a dark entity, and it will begin to pair its psychologies with the fallen estate. So the Antichrist that rises up is going to have the same common mind as the entities that are locked in those rooms that are on campsites in a lot of cases. All right. But I've endured bad after bad, man. And I got to look around and say that this world is fake. When Biden steps down, when you have Trump and you have Kamala Harris and all the weight and energy that niggas is putting into this, while those of us who are targeted individuals could rip this shit apart like a chimpanzee, it's so easy. These niggas all be so see-through. Any one of your targeted individuals could outdo any one of your politicians in all of their experience without it breaking a sweat. I know I can. But you want to know what would make me better than a politician? Telling the truth. That's all it would take to crush any politician. We don't want to vote for that, but we want to complain about problems. And you want to front like you're not on the spectrum while judging me. Stop. The only part of the spectrum I'm on is the genius one. And I don't brag about that shit. To be genius in this type of world is hell. This is a fucking nightmare. This is a fucking cesspit. Alright? So, I say this to you guys with love. A lot of individuals are in. When I talk about deep state, I ain't talking about Democrat or Republican. In a lot of cases, I'm talking about them underground bunkers or them individuals that live a certain type of life on UFOs above the earth. You understand what I'm saying? So the fact of the matter is the Christian man is under constant scrutiny, even though individuals don't know or understand Christ. All right. But I've never really had to deal with too many atheists. I'm gonna have to be honest. Atheists really don't be causing that much of the issue. It be other niggas that's specifically down with bad. Okay? The atheists really don't. And when I think about how many confrontations I've gotten in with atheists, dude, I haven't really gotten it. Atheists don't really be causing problems, dude. They really don't. When I'm out here and I'm walking, to put it to you like this, I'm talking and into, you know what I'm saying? Like the vril that I have, Ray, and these other entities that are just parasites or whatever that's in this neighborhood, when they start flipping on and turning on their lights and everything like that, when I'm walking around at like 3 o'clock in the morning, because you guys know I don't like to see anyone's face, really. You know what I'm saying? I have to exercise at night. I have to do things at nighttime, and even then, like if I walk over to the park, these pedophiles start coming over there. They still want to come up. They'll walk right up over to where I'm at, and they can't see because I had to strike the town plan because everybody got so gay, dude. It was over the fucking top. And not regular gay. I'm talking about like fucking just like they in heat or something, man. I didn't want to fucking hit anybody in their shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck up they marble. So I fucking asked for that from the Most High, and it happened. Alright? So I walk at night, these niggas, these ghosts and these other things, these niggas will start waking up and coming out at night. Don't nobody around this fucking neighborhood got jobs. They all suck. Literally. They all really do. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, yesterday, my garage door had been up for like several days. I leave my garage door up. You know, it's a grown man shit. My garage is clean. You know what I'm saying? Not many people could say that. You got the cops to come and visit a nigga at 2 a.m. in the morning, and somebody got, you know, you got red lights outside of people's houses. You got different color lights. People sell weed and all sorts of shit. You got blue lights. You got pedophilia going on in the neighborhood. They gonna come in to inform me and let me know that my garage door is open at 2 a.m. I answered the door with a machete. There was 2 officers. All right? I put the machete down, but that already right there. It's dark outside and everything like that. I don't think I even turned on my light outside. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even think to. It was 2 a.m. in the fucking morning. I was about to go outside and do pull-ups. You know, thank God I had on my CrossFit shirt. I don't typically wear that shirt. So when I said I was going to get up to you know what I'm saying? I was about to go out to go exercise and shit like that. They called me before I was leaving. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, all right, cool. But everybody in that town is waiting for me to die in that house. So when they don't see me for a while and the garage door be up, then they call on me. But at 2 o'clock in the morning, nigga. So when you think of Breonna Taylor and all that other shit, right? These things happen in other regions. This is not the actual police. This is the outlier. This is the outlier world. I mean, unless it's homicide, people ain't really fucking with it, right? Most things they don't fuck with out here. We're not under laws. The country has stopped out here. All right. The things that I see, I'm not believing the policy. I'm not believing Trump. I'm not believing the whole Trump-Kamala race. I'm not believing the whole thing. All right. But if I had to pick, I definitely would go for Kamala. I haven't been watching the debate since then. All right. So people are trying to put so much into this situation, as in, if you're going to put this much into this situation and allow these predators to give you stress, then I want you to do this thing for me. If they're putting this much on it, as they did the last and prior elections, am I going to go in circles as I did before, or I'm going to expect everything to be fixed with all the hype that's going behind putting this candidate in office? All right. So, you know, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what's wrong with this place. But the fact of the matter is this. People end up with the same problems with each politician that they put into office. People are never grateful to have a president except to cap on them and have plausible deniability. That's what that position seems to be about, more so, right? And the president gets blamed for everything. It is the fall guy position. Think about it. This is such the same as my position spiritually, but situations changing. Even though I can't make out how it's changing. You know what I'm saying? I had to give up everything. You know what I'm saying? I had to give up exercise. My body starting to go. I've never been like this. You know, I got a little, you know what I'm saying, a little pouch going. And I got to tell you, over 10 years of exercise, you know, in a matter of a month, You know what I'm saying? I got a little put just from eating bare minimal. I don't eat that many times a day. Pasta, rice, what else do I eat? Pancakes, beans, tortilla. You know, all of that goes into a Hispanic girl's ass. All right. So that's how I come out here. I walk around, you know, I do my pull-ups, but I was in excellent shape. You know what I'm saying? And even now, I'm not in bad shape, but it's just like, I can already see it. You know, I had, you know, my packs and everything like that. I don't have any of that shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? Just from having a shit diet. Look how long it took that guy and supersize me. Like, these entities are trying with all their heart, because they know if I die, then the Daystar detonates and everyone is destroyed in 3D, in third dimension, and the fourth dimension. All right. And they had fucked up this place so bad that all they could do is commit to fucking this place up more now. And individuals are too much of a bird head to fucking deal with it. It's like Bird Box really happened. These niggas is fucked up and twacked out. And then they had to take that same mind and try to judge me. Well, how do you notice me, you crazy bug? You notice that I'm different and I'm not crazy like you. But wait, you're not self-aware that you're crazy or that you are you anymore. These individuals don't even understand themselves right there before you. These are the same that judge you, that fly around like madness, or gnats that are swarming together, that fly back and forth in the same direction over and over again, squiggling around each other. This is how these people are operating in the earth. All right. They're all leeches. They all need something from you. They all need your energy. They all need these different things. They only fuck as a means or a way of a weapon. And this is not my way to disrespect, but it's the ways of this world, and the ways of this world is deep state. And deep state has got to be the lowest common denominator. These people come from underground. Their psychology is not right. You know what I'm saying? These are inbred type of psychology dynamics. No offense, but it is what it is. All right? They talking about what part of the spectrum you on. I'm like, how's this normal conversation? Okay? This is for a means of witchcraft, manipulation, or control. They don't give a fuck about me being on whether I'm on the spectrum or not, nigga. They're looking for a way to control niggas. Alright? So when you're in this situation, these individuals right here start looking at all these other females, and these females are not like what they're being advertised, and their mind is not put together, and they come undone very easily. These mind control assets that come up from the underground, that don themselves boyfriends and win themselves a house and a family, been crazy from the minute made, and you've been made, and now you got kids and divorce allegations, and that's like half your check for the rest of your days, and your kid hates you also, knowing that they're going to be sold into the fire for any job opportunity that they have to give up as or murder. Their soul will be taken and replaced by the horn on top of the head of the dragon, and they'll become a new creature, and that creature will be like a black hole. Guess they doing anal, and they doing jump rope. These niggas be pedophiles around this area that I live. Nobody gives a fuck. And I'm sitting here 10 toes down, and they scour and run. I walk around at night amongst ghosts. None of this shit really matters to me. I've been black all the days of my life. I ain't seen ghosts try to do that. What type of hype are they on? They full of shit. Ain't nothing scary about a werewolf or a vampire that you don't see in the inner city ever. These niggas is tax bracket. Tax bracket horror fest. Ain't nothing in this world scarier than a real nigga. And real niggas don't exist. And I'm like a ghost. You can say that I'm holy, but I'm not. And honestly, I have my doubts against the Holy Ghost also. You see, it would appear that though the Bible said it did what it was supposed to do, what it did was relative to my own situation and me having faith. Being God in connection with my heart and mind, knowing that I'm connected as one, but not according to my flesh that was born in the 80s. You see, I know my origins. There's a difference. While other niggas out here just trying to claim a block, fighting for their rights in America to justify themselves, not knowing where they came from, not looking for their ancestors, not knowing their history. You're just getting spoon-fed the medicine along with the false knowledge that they give in the educational system. And if you leave class without a hall pass, those are going to come with handcuffs. You can't even get in a fight to defend your own ass, nigga. Let alone wash it. They want to put you in a cage with a bunch of dicks. Fuck that. Them are rookie mistakes, nigga. You gotta grow up in the mind and be an adult. There are females from underground that could rip you apart. That devour entrails and niggas whole. And you see them on the internet. And where do you think these serial killers go when you stand in line at the grocery store? Surely that ain't your neighbor, and that neighbor ain't after your kids. And surely the black man is only suspicious, only shows how many bones the white people have. They ain't nothing but skeletons. If I opened up my closet, I would look like a criminal. 1,000. So, I've taken a break for the most part from having coffee or caffeine. Now, I will fuck with tea. I'm going to detox right now. Sorry, I'm switching up the conversation real quick. Let me see where we at. All right, we're nearly at an hour. But the fact of the matter is, that's what it is, you guys. That's what it is. And I come out at night and I get peace of mind, man. Just getting away from people. But the minute I come out of my house, there's certain lights and things of this nature. And we don't get really any activity around our place, so I don't see why there's any need for those type of lights. And why all these individuals keep their lights on outside their house overnight in a place that nobody comes. And generally the house lights in front are for individuals that are as children that are looking for a safe place if they get separated from their parents. And in this neighborhood, no one comes over here except ghosts. So they're looking for opportunities. And these the same are horse leash. And even though I'm not talking to them directly and I'm out here walking in the park, oftentimes if they wake up, they can hear me. Because if everything is dead around you, you understand what I'm saying? If everything is dead around you, and the minute you have a thought, which creates brain waves, depending on how strong or concentrated them brain waves are, that these entities can pick up those brain waves and the direction and can lock in because they're hived together because Christ died for the world, right? And then those Spider-Man electric rays reaches these other individuals, and these individuals are moved to subconsciously move around the individual, but the parasite inside of them is doing shit consciously. The individual that they're inside of has died. The creature that was in there has turned. And this is like The Strain. Look up the TV show called The Strain. All right? This is the worm that dieth not. You understand? People keep all sorts of lights outside their house, and mirrors, and people try to normalize all these things. And Masons can't help me for shit because they're stuck inside the confines. They behind bars. It just look like they free. You know what I'm saying? Then they treat me like an animal because they never seen a mirror before. And I'm on my own irregardless, and they have to throw shade at me unbeknownst their own occasion. That spirit rises up and they start acting a little bit different, kind of like a female. And I'm being honest. You can tell the switch in their character. Me, I speak in many dialects and many different flavors to address many different issues. It's kind of like I got autism, but I don't. The way I communicate is gifted. You understand what I'm saying? It's a gift. As a savant, it's not the same. The reflections that I show and the reflections others go into is not the same. They have Beelzebub. I got better intentions and morals and principles. Yet they think that we are the same. Matter of fact, they think I'm less than them. And the fact is, I try to put people on the same level, but I can't. And the reason why I can't, because that pertains to my well-being. And this is the situation that individuals are trapped in underground and on them spaceships, man. Them invasive species that come into Earth that look human. While we get caught up in all these gaslights, so on and so forth, I'm sure they fixing the country. Right? This means it's over. It really is. It's over. The white boy knows that it's over. His reign is over. This is what he did to you females. Now you females is something different. No, you can't come over. You gotta understand what it is. After you have been given into that situation, so on and so forth, thinking that, you know what I'm saying, I'm just gonna be a certain type of way, or a simp, or some type of shit like that, you got the game fucked up. The simp is what you got. I wouldn't fuck with you. Niggas is so backwards, that's proof of reprobation during some type of gay sex, which is written in the scripture. And I ain't speaking of all gays, but I might be speaking about most of them, that they think a little bit different. And I ain't talking about their preferences either. I was born black. Get the fuck off my block. February is mine. You could have June. You can't have both months, while blacks get one. So blacks is gay as fuck. You see what I'm saying? Of all the things you could be woke and fight for, you don't fight for yourself. And there goes the connotation. All these other months that white people have that it could have landed on, it specifically landed on yours. And they get another one. And they can say what they want. Not like you. And niggas is so cowardly and cowered down that they don't speak up. But they swear they so bold. And I'm like, stop. As far as me, I consider myself a real one. I meet other real ones where I'm going. But before that, everybody is beneath me. Fuck that. And it's well earned. Far beneath me, nigga. Not even taking the first step. I'm a real nigga for real. You know what I'm saying? I can't fuck with you niggas. I was free. I can't fuck with you niggas. Niggas be hella fake. Niggas put on hella fronts. Even the front or facade you put on that I can see through, you fake. You could go ahead, oh yeah, girl, run that game. Right? I can't be your Superman. Do what you gotta do. Right? I try to feed people to get the information out. I don't get paid or none of that shit. I think the world really needs that much help. But I also think the world is beyond helping. I think the wheat and the tares are getting separated. The Bible is not relevant over here. And just as a man loses his seed inside of the body of a woman, maybe this is a separation between me and God. No different than Christ on the cross when he said, why hast thou forsaken me? Is how I feel. No different than the seed that just entered into the vagina that hasn't gotten to the egg yet. But I might be getting close. Everything else is going to get burned. That's not real. You understand what I'm saying? All of them individuals that are saved that turn their mouth towards me will be turned again to crawl. Surely I'll make note of it. And I surely know who you are. So I will try to make amends before then, before you become a spectacle of your own way and not how you really are pertaining to how you will be. But you will pay for the things that's done to me. And when you walk to me, you won't. You will crawl. Your spirit will break and you will crawl before me. And I will hate every minute of it. Be delighted if I manage to avoid kicking you in the face. Not because I'm like you. But because I hate, I don't want anybody fucking about it. What I'm saying is stay the fuck away. That means God is not going to fucking save you. I don't want to see, I don't want you, you know what I'm saying? Because crawling up to me is just another situation or excuse that you will not change. Now, some of them individuals from Deep State, you got to take it with a grain of salt because I know you've been put in a predicament where it's not the same. You know, Leo Varden has been through a lot of fucked up things, man. Leo Varden was down there when I was in Deep State. You just go from couch to couch, man. And people play this top 40 playlist music, and it's just a shitty life, man. You kind of get something to eat here and there, but it's just shit. It really is. You just wait around and do nothing all day. Okay? You know what I'm saying? A lot of these individuals are great. You know, they had the potential in them. They just were in bad situations, man. A body is a body, but we all look like a tentacle. We don't look like our body. We would look more like the tentacle. The tentacle would be the realest part of a human being. And either you're a tentacle or you become a horse leech. You become a sandworm, as in Beetlejuice. You become the worm as in doom, which exists in dry places in the earth. Why? Because food is scarce, and like I said, it slows your digestive system so that you're able to maintain. It keeps your body alive. All right, you could thank God for that. All right, that's what comes out of the horn. Rage. Stop demonizing him. All right. The dragon that he's attached to represents the Dead Sea. All the dead people that don't know that they're dead, and the ones that do know that they're dead. The spiritually dead people exist inside of the Draco that has the horn on top of his head. All right. And this is where people get into witchcraft and white noise, and all you're doing is fucking with the veil that separates the dead from the living. Well, so much as that happened, and there's so many vessels that individuals are just walking around here as automatons. You see what I'm saying? And they have a different spirit inside of them. Okay, they're not the same. These entities will also lie. Sometimes, a lot of times they do it on purpose if they're just monsters, absolute monsters. But then sometimes they do it on accident because they might not have been reunited with this earth for too long. You know, they have to relearn certain things like coordination, walking, talking, things of this nature, right? But that's what's going on in the earth, man. You could die while you're still standing, and your spirit can be swapped out, and you can also not know the wiser. All of these things are possible. All right. People don't understand how the D-State and them dungeons and them undergrounds work. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta tell you, man, this is a crazy ass world, man. I think this is fake, because when the Bible doesn't line completely up, okay, and you have things going on such as the Diddy case, you have things going on such as the election, and all of it seems like pandemonium to me. All of it seems like a Stasi effect to gaslight society with an overwhelming amount of useless information and rhetoric. Just like when you're going to buy a used car, they run you back and forth between lots before that same Vril will sell you a car. When you come crawling in, it's like, I just need to get this one. They don't try to sell you at a used cars lot. They wait till you break down from exhaustion, and they wear you out by giving you lack of customer service. You understand what I'm saying? This is the world we live in. I was looking up other things such as that brother Canby Lane. You know, that comedian that Canby Lane, man. You know, they try to say that Canby is falling off, or he's gotten a lot of flack from society, so on and so forth. But hey, man, I think he was a great character, a great comedian. I don't know why he would get flack for it. I don't know why people would say that he fell off. Maybe I just haven't watched recent things. But the fact of the matter is, he is actually a comedian that did not waste the time of making fun of other people. But he fucking just rather made a gesture like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, look at this shit. Like, what do I really need to say? You know? There's no way he could not be relevant in this shit show of a world. It just shows that people are getting dumber. I was scared to see that. You know, the joke is on you. Even though he's not making fun of you, Canby is way smarter than you niggas. All right? So, unless something he got taken over by a Vril or something, that might be possible. And that Vril, like, he might, because them everlasting chains, man, they force individuals to doing things they don't want to do, such as these seances, these rituals, fucking with the dead, and all sorts of other shit like that. And what it causes is separates that individual from their spirit. Once they get spiritually separated, then their soul is able to be moved into other realities. All right? Within my container, in my world, everybody in here is fucking fake. As far as I'm concerned, ain't nothing real inside of this place. All right. These individuals all have a Walmart mentality. I gotta tell you, people at Walmart are not too bright. I don't give a fuck how you feel. You go in there and everybody knows it's lower expectations from In Living Color. It's over the top. There are some individuals in there that's that's kick ass. But when I talk about generalized, 98, 99%, it's fucked up in there. It's a whisper amongst society not to work at that place or go to that place. All right. And what do you mostly find in any Walmart is lower tax bracket white people. All right. As many jokes as black people get. Black people are covering the plight for fucking rednecks and everyone else. With that fucking kick-ass old school Gohan mullet style. Fuck all that shit, nigga. That's what you get inside of fucking Walmart. But I gotta tell you, I have less problems a lot of times with rednecks than I do with just regular ass white people. You know, rednecks tend to be a lot more down to earth, it seems to me. But this whole thing with the Trump and the court audience and people drinking the Kool-Aid and shit like that, all these niggas is stupid. First of all, nobody will tell you the truth except for me. You fucking suck. You know, and that's okay. But start there. I had to work on myself in a few places and things like that. You could do it. Start by telling the truth. If you can't tell the truth, exercise it. Practice. All right? Build the chops, have the balls. All right? This has been a superficial world. A world that's built on fucking empty calories. I don't understand why I would have to compete. The fact that I would have to compete with anybody here is the proof of my point altogether. While other niggas try very hard. Hardy hard. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in time, but I'm outside. I'm kind of outside the bounds of time. This is the nether world. A lot of us are there that are targeted individuals because we just can't get with this fucking bullshit. Your family, more than likely, have swapped into a different reality. Okay? This is what happens during the beast season, is the beast separates the world and it creates a magic world of fragments of each person's different realities, pulling together some of the best shit in correlation with what the people want, okay, or their desires or whatever, and it creates this mystical place in which they feel is bar none. They could do all sorts of illegal activity, probably pedophilia and all sorts of everything else like that, but these people get along together. They need to be separated from you. Okay? The problem is what they leave behind, okay, is an individual that is doing their robotic routine, and part of that is fucking pedophilia. And I gotta say, if I catch one of these niggas in the park, because I do, sometimes I get bored during the day, I walk down the park and I see different things. You know what I'm saying? If I catch one nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'll make everybody move out of this fucking place. The school had to close down. It's gonna be curtains, man. You know? I gotta say, with the AIDS epidemic and everything like that, and they saying HIV/AIDS came from fucking monkeys, you know, then we have monkeypox out, and they call black people monkey and all this connotation toward monkey. Look at how they putting this magic on top of black people, especially first, and the rest of society, which they would credit or deem to be bottom feeders. All right. Think about that shit for a second. And the individual that's trapped on the outside, it creates the everlasting change, because in order to make it, they're going to fuck to make it. They're going to give up their body, these females. What happens when they give up their body? Guess what happens then? Then they start becoming a different creature, right? So they would have collectively gotten on with whatever was over on that side. So it's a perpetual loop that by the time I get to what I want, I cannot have it because this entire place is shit. So I'm like, fuck it all. Right? The individuals, if they are normal here, in which that I do see as normal, then they are in a different dimension. Cherie is in a different dimension, I think. You know what I'm saying? You know, Kevas is in a different dimension. You know, Rapunzel ASMR is in a different dimension. Relax With Me hasn't posted in the past 6 months. I don't know if Relax With Me is all right or not, but hopefully Relax With Me is. All right. These are individuals I remember that got great hearts. Yeah, you know, Maddie is in a different dimension somewhere. All right. That's what it is. These are individuals. I'm just talking about people that you know that might be in a different dimension. Now, why do I say they're in a different dimension? These individuals are somewhat as I remember them. You know what I'm saying? Mary is exactly as I remember Mary. All right, but at the same time, right, because of that overstructure that's over them, I'm not sure if they're exactly the same. Right? You could be inside your body and completely not have a relationship with the individual that you think you know, because you're stuck in some type of your own delusion, you know, with the horse leech, if you turn into a horse leech. These people go into delusions and madness, and then they drop out and shit. Around here in this world, you got, going back to this HIV thing, HIV, you got monkeypox, okay? You got monkeypox. And how come all these things that correlate with HIV, AIDS correlate around monkeys, of which they preemptively stage calling black people monkey? Is proof of eugenics, Eugene, placing that on the black community, it backfiring now, okay? Now the world is sick, but if the world is sick, if the white man have it, you know, you got to give it to someone else. This is their pattern. They've been doing it ever since they took over the Native Americans, okay? They have been defined historically as a sick race, them self-knowing that they were sick. Even during slavery times, they knew something was wrong with them. They just didn't know what. The shit is fucked up. I feel sorry for them, but at the same time, I'm pissed. Right? They've heaped themselves all these commodities and things of this nature. And right now, generally what takes of them like 5 months, they've got extra time. They've gotten an extra long time to be able to go wild or whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's that also, but the Bible is not completely relevant here. That's why I told niggas, you know, you got to be careful dealing with that Bible. But it's either way, you can't escape it because it's how niggas' brains work. All that shit is inside of the Bible. You don't know what you've been programmed with, or programmed how, because they programmed you according to the Bible. Them who are in power. All right. And God said, because you would not lean to my ear or listen to me, I will make a nation to rise against you, which you will hate. And he was calling this nation a no nation, meaning they ain't got no culture, history, background, nothing. They destitute as fuck. Who could they be talking about? Never mind. Nirvana. So this is the type of shit that I'm saying, man. This place is fucked up. People are in them underground camps where they buy people, you know, what I was talking about, laundry and everything else like that. And it facilitates, they draw a nigga out to be destitute, and they call it edging. If you go on a campsite such as Chatterbait and you start talking to a young lady, they want to bring you to the edge. If you think of Rakim's song, guess he didn't know the ledge. When he talks about knowledge, all right, he said, individuals that don't know the ledge, they fall like an angel. You see what I'm saying? It's the same circumstance. All right. So I'll say these things with love, man. They got a new game out, man, called Squirrel with a Gun, man. I gotta tell you, this thing is so crazy because they fashion society to be as a squirrel with all these gaslights and things of this nature. There's no way, this has been the biggest hoopla in an election. There's no way that election can be real, along with anything else. How does a man get 34 felonies? Things of this nature, man. It's no reason we should be still entertaining any of this shit. The country's over. I don't take this serious. I'm not going to keep following different podcasts and things of this nature, because while they are reporting it to the best of their knowledge, telling the truth, there's enough here that I have seen to where I have to indicate that all things are fake. You know what I'm saying? Whether the beast is out or not, I don't know if the beast is actually out. I don't have to assume that to be fake. I really would. What is the actual beast? How I define the beast is human beings. Humans are out, as they always been out. That's what the beast is when you look at the Bible and what type of vehicle they're driving, if you read the description. So who can stand against the beast? I've said no one can, which means though I can't, I can. You know what I'm saying? The reason why is because I am at an arcanite level. I have a body. I am part of that beast. But how I behave and everything like that is not according to my flesh. Okay? So I don't behave like that beast. Okay? If people want to correct the world, correct themselves first. Why don't they do that? That would be more than enough. But people don't want to do that. We want to correct others. And that's where you get into politics, debates, and so on and so forth. And people are not mature. Because you throw money into the mix, which individuals worship. You know what I'm saying? These entities are parasites, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no conversation out here to be had. This whole shit is upside down. This whole shit is flipping, getting rotated. They got a video game out called Squirrel with Guns, and Walmart, when I worked there, they knew I had ADD. They promoted that argument. They staged that argument that I got into, okay, with a young lady that was complaining that I was making fun of her kid that was on the spectrum. I wasn't, because the truth is a lot worse. I don't give a fuck about your damn kid. You coming to me with that type of attitude. Fuck you and your damn kid. That's how I really fucking felt. But because it was divisively used, okay? And they were trying to trap me in there. I'm like, you got problems. Not only you fucking with a black kid, you fucking with one that has ADHD. And two, I didn't say nothing out of life to make fun of her. I don't give a fuck about a damn kid. That nigga could drown, I wouldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't even watch the movie if he was Jason. Like, you know, you fucking with the wrong one. And she got ripped apart. Then she scarily, eerily came around me. She was under my control. All these motherfuckers. So when you're thrown into a city where all these niggas is turned into a different creature or monsters or a leech that needs your life force energy because they don't have a life, right? They're going to gravitate towards you and things like that. It's The Walking Dead. And they put all these laws in place to make a man docile, so you have to put up with a fucking idiot. But let me just leave my garage door open on my own property, of which I pay bills and fucking taxes, and people hang red lights outside their house and advertise whoredom and sell drugs, and you fucking come to my house at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning? Nobody called the fucking cops. This is a fake ass world. This is fake ass news. My garage door was open all day. They could have called earlier. I always had my garage door open. Niggas in that neighborhood haven't been in there as long as me. There's a woman in there that came out of the house one day, said she was there for 20 years. No, you wasn't. And you said the same shit last time I was alive. All right? This individual has not been there 20 years. I go walking every day. You mean to tell me this is your first time seeing me? And this individual did not see me because it was their dog that started acting and getting hyper and crazy. So this individual just responded to where their dog was barking. It's fucked up here, man. It's fucking really crazy. A lot of people don't act right, man. They act fucking crazy. The place where I exercise at, these niggas leave their back light on, like I said, and they got their welcome signage and things like that, like their welcome mat and a board that says welcome on it, a big old board and everything, and they set it outside the back of their house, man. All right, they leave the lights on. People don't have fences around here. These like townhomes or whatever. Okay, it's just odd, man. These niggas is odd. Their southern hospitality is a little different than mine. You know what I'm saying? They're disordinate. They're without natural affection. So any female that has an interest in you right now, I would be careful with that, player. Right? So I say this with love, man. Peace and blessings with all you niggas. The Bible is real, but as in this realm, this world, how we getting down right now, the Bible is not coming together. It has not seemed. I'm on it. The principles of the Bible and everything like that, I agree with. Who am I to say I don't agree with it? I definitely agree with it. But in terms of like the promises of God, I have not gotten it yet. And when you deal with promises, you also deal with the ordinance of with what you call it, a rainmaker. And I'm not going to deal with the rainmaker. I've been more loyal or whatever to God than he has been with me. He hasn't showed up. So I'm taking all my respect, all my glory, all my credits to myself. I don't fuck with anybody else. I stand alone. I am sovereign. Right? So peace and blessings with you all. I'm out.